All right. Good evening, everyone. I welcome all the speakers and our audience for today's webinar on the topic Excellence and Spinning Through New Products, Innovation and Technology, brought to you by the Textile Magazine. In today's webinar, we have with us four leading manufacturers that needs no introduction, namely Uster, Ideal, Pinter, and RIMTEX. They're going to share new ideas, innovations, and opportunities for spinning mills for better efficiency and higher profitability. By default, all the attending participants and audience, their mic and webcam would be on mute. But if you have any specific questions, please use the chat window, mention your name, mention your organization, and also mention the speaker whom you would like to address the question to so that we could get back to you once the webinar is over, if time permits. If not, then the speakers will directly get back to you after the webinar. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our first speaker for today's session, Ms. Katrin Hofer, who's the product manager for yarn clearing systems. She's basically a textile engineer who's been with Uster for 13 years, and she looks after textile technology focusing on yarn clearing and Uster quality experts. Off to you, Katrin.
Thank you for the introduction, and a very warm welcome also from my side. So I have the pleasure today to give you some details about our new yarn clearer generation, Uster Quantum 4.0. And I'm going to tell you what it is and also how it can help you in your daily business. Let's start. Next slide, please. So this is how it looks like. So you may see the yarn clearer and also the central clearing unit on that picture. Everything comes in a new shape. So we have new yarn clearers. Everything in the background, the technology, the processors are new. We can do a lot of more things. And also the same on the CCU, the central clearing unit. Like you can see here is a wide screen for a better operation of the system. And of course, again, here we have much more capacity and we can do more. And what we can do more is written here as well. It's the Smart Duo technology. So this is something new we bring now to the market with Quantum 4.0. And this is going to help you as a spinning mill as well very much in your daily life. And I'm going to show you later on some things, not all, of course, the time is short, but pick out some important points for you that may help you with this yarn clearer. But this is now on the, thank you, this is now on the machine itself, the CCU and the clearer. It comes not alone. We offer together with the package the Quantum Expert. And this is our data management tool for the yarn clearers, where we show all the data centralized coming from all the different winding machines, from the yarn clearers, and we offer there a central article management where everything can be accessed from the different departments in the mill and seeing it in the same way. Of course, there are different reporting tools like charts, long-term reports, table reports, all of these things are inside. And it's a full-featured Quantum Expert with all the possibilities. It's also possible not to connect only the Quantum 4.0, but also the former generations of Quantum. So giving the complete view there. And this, of course, helps to control the quality, but also the productivity in the winding room just by seeing everything in the same system. Now, the Quantum Expert comes as a package together with the clearers. So with every installation, there is also the computer software. It builds also the link to Quality Expert. And Quality Expert is the quality management platform from Uster, where we can combine not only the inline data like the clearer, like Quantum, but also the data from the laboratory. So all the systems can be connected in one. And by this, we will give much more analytical tools, of course, to the users. And to pick just a few, you see on the right side, total contamination control is one. Here we have the possibility, due to the integration and combining the data of Quantum, but also of the vision shield in the fiber cleaning area. So at the beginning and at the end of the spinning mill, you have the data available and have the full picture of the contamination, how it evolved during the process, how much is remaining in the yarn, and you can, of course, balance it to get out most of it. Then we have also ring spinning optimization. That's another big topic. Here we can combine our data from Quantum again, of course, and Sentinel, the ring spinning monitoring system. And this here is also an important point because the ring spinning area is still the most costly area in the spinning mill. Talking about labor costs, but also energy costs and everything. So here is a lot of potential to optimize, and this is possible by this combinations of the system and the analytical tools we provide by that. There are, of course, others. There are also intelligent alerting systems behind. So all these things come together and give an easy access for you as a spinning mill to see the data and react fast in case something happens. Same also for the lower, the RSO3D. Here again, it's a ring spinning optimization, but that's more on the machine level where we have the possibility to directly check the quality data per spindle because we can map it. And this gives a complete new view, and we can also interfere. So if there is a bad quality already detected in ring spinning, we can tell the machine, okay, no, we don't want to wind that bad copse, take it out before. So by this, we can also increase the efficiencies, of course. So overall, it's a big package of quality, but also to improve the productivity on the machine. So the clearance with the Quantum Expert comes as a package with the possibility to go to the next step into the integration. So next slide, please. So this would be how it looks like on the machine. Now, of course, we cannot go live anywhere. So this is how it looks on the machine. And I can tell you this works reliable. It works reliable. We have tested it for the last 2 years about already before we went to the market now in March. We came up with the market introduction. And I can really stand behind that if I tell you that if you would go for such a clearer, you get something that helps you and it works, and you can easily operate it like you are used to it from previous generations of Quantum, like Quantum 3. So here we really have something that helps you in your daily life. So having seen that impression of the machine, I think the important here is also if we talk about the operation and the ease of use and that it works reliable. We have the smart clearing technology actually. And here, this is known already from Quantum 3, the previous generation. And we, of course, follow this path, continue following this path because it is so easy to operate and it's needed also nowadays. If we think of personnel, there's always more and more the trend of lacking the experienced personnel. And with this smart clearing technology, we can make it very easy to set up the whole system. I'd like to show you to that on the next slide, please. So smart clearing technology, as such, we will continue. And the new thing about that is what you can see here. We introduce now a central smart clearing button where with one click, you can access with the button, adapt the settings for all the smart limits that we provide. And by this, you are, of course, faster, especially nowadays where you have to change materials more often or go for a new application. You are much faster than in setting up the initial state of the settings. And of course, afterwards, you can go into the details and fine-tune the setting individually. So the smart clearing technology continues, and it's a great tool, easy to use, very user-friendly. Now, we are putting something on top of that, which is the Smart Duo technology. Next slide, please. The Smart Duo technology is now a combination, a smart combination of signals that we introduce. So we started up with a smart clearing technology, making everything easy. Now we are bringing something fairly complicated in combining signals. But again, we make it in an easy way with the Smart Duo. What does it mean? So on one hand, we have the possibility to switch between signals, and I'm talking now about the capacitive and the optical signal. This is all in one yarn clearer, and you can then decide to go for a capacitive basic clearing or for an optical. Everything is there. That helps you and brings a lot of flexibility looking into the future and to the changing market requests of the materials, that you are able just to switch and be ready for any application. So switch is one. On the other side, we combine the signals in an intelligent way. It works very simple. So it is there just to help you to take out something what was not visible before, but in the same fashion with the smart clearing technology. So switch on one side, and the combination of capacitive and optical signal is the Smart Duo technology. To highlight a few of these new functionalities, I would like to show you on the next slide, please. So one of these Smart Duo technologies is now that we are able to detect the density. So the density, as you know, is a characteristic of the yarn, and it helps you, for instance, as you see here on the picture, to get out problems if you have a different density in the yarn. One of such problems can be twist, for example. If the twist is changing on the machine because the maintenance is not proper and the belts are worn out, you are having a different speed, and by this also the twist may change. Just one example. So if the twist is changing, it changes the characteristic of density, of course, and by this, we can now also detect these twist differences at the winder. And it's a seldom problem, maybe. It occurs on a single position, but by being able to detect it, we are taking away another headache, of course, in the daily business. So this is one example. So density is a new Smart Duo technology that we offer with Quantum 4.0. Another is the cross clearing, actually. Next slide, please. And the cross clearing is again a combination of capacitive and optical, but here it works a bit different. So we would have the capacitive signal as a basis, and then if the optical signal comes as the second kind of, so here we are double checking, cross checking the clearing again with both signals. And of course, by this, we may take out something that was not visible before, only by the mass signal. So for example, here on the picture, you can see this kind of very fluffy events, which are more visible due to the diameter detection of the optical. And this is something which may occur sometimes, though there might be only a few additional cuts, only if it appears. And this problem here is then for the downstream process. So if it goes into weaving and you have these events, they can easily create push-ups, and then it is a stop in weaving, for example, or knitting. And this is something problematic which we want to avoid. And by such double checks, taking out even more faults in an efficient way, we can avoid that. So another headache solved in an efficient way. Now, talking about efficiency, we can also add up something. On the next slide, please. So efficient clearing, what does it mean? So we take out something which is disturbing and then take it only when it appears. The same we do here with the swarm clearing. Swarm clearing means there are faults which are very small, not disturbing on their own, but if they come as a bunch, they create a cloudy appearance, like also visible on the picture, on the lower picture, and this is then a problem. Now, what would you do? You would close the setting to take these faults out. But what happens then is the cuts are, of course, increasing because you take out much more than you need. With this swarm clearing, we look at the area below the clearing curve and take out only these faults when they appear in a high frequency. By this, of course, it is concentrated only when it appears. The cuts are low. You can keep the open setting which you used to, and the problem is still solved. And the side effect of that one is, of course, that there are not so many cuts, and that this is better for the productivity of the winding machine. So, efficient clearing. So that was a bit the smart duo, more in the regard of the basic clearing. If we look into the contamination, we offer also something new. Next slide, please. So here we provide now classification for polypropylene and also advanced classification in the lower area for foreign fibers. Here especially, we look in an area with very fine faults. And if you go for shirting, white shirts and everything, then also the small faults might be disturbing and get visible. And here you get, with the classification, a better picture of the contamination in your final yarn. In addition to that, we have, of course, improved all the technology inside the clearers and all this capacity, what we use. So we have also stabilized the signals and expect also a better performance than of, for example, the PP detection. With regard to contamination, another very important point to mention is the total contamination control, as I mentioned already in the beginning. Where we combine the information from the vision shield in the fiber area and the yarn information from the yarn clearer. So you get the contamination levels of both sides and can balance it, like you can see on that picture. And this gives you the best clearing performance for contamination because you do it on two sides and you do it again in an efficient way. Good. So basic smart duo foreign fibers. Then we have also some options about the special application, what we call it. So here we are going into the area of the trend that we see in the market, that there is much more diversity, more and more spinning mills that used to produce 100% cotton only start to produce a few machines with core yarn, or they start to produce different blends material because the market asks it for. So fashion industry, which is changing very fast, but also sports industry, where more and more different materials are needed. In that regard, we had in the middle, as you see already, the shade variation provided with Quantum 3. This is still available also with Quantum 4. What we give new is the blend mix-up. And the blend mix-up is checking for different material, raw material, especially in white, raw white yarns, as you can see on the picture here. And the problem you face in the mill usually is that the material looks so alike that there are mix-ups happening at the machine level. And the problem is that later on, you can only see it often in the downstream process after the dyeing and the finishing. And of course, the costs then, if there is a claim, are increasing because it is going to further steps. The Quantum 4.0 can detect these mix-ups of different raw materials and take it out. So another problem solved. What's also new is on the core yarn side. That is also something we had already. But here we add now the function of continuous core measurement. Before that, we had it only during the startup of after a splice. Now it is continuously measuring for missing core and off-center core. Great. So having seen this, there is a complete picture. So the Smart Duo, which comes up now with new functionality in a smart and easy way. We have the improvements in the contamination control and also new functionalities in the special application area. So if we summarize now the whole picture, you have the Smart Duo technology as a new standard functionality built in with Uster Quantum 4.0. Of course, it is also related to the clearer, so there we have to check. And we have a connected clearer, which comes as a package together with Quantum Expert, where you have the data everywhere centralized to control it properly. And giving also the next step of integration, the possibility to go for a quality expert system. All in all, working in a reliable way, as mentioned in the beginning. We are really proud now to go out with this yarn clearer because we feel, yes, we know it is working, we have seen the performance, and we can stand behind that it works reliable. And it will help you even if you have less and less skilled personnel in your mills with the built-in intelligence and also the smartness and the easy to use. So all in all, we will offer more security to protect your yarn. We prevent faults from happening even before they go to the winder with all the connectivity given. And we provide much more flexibility than before by having the one clearer that can serve all purposes and also looking into a future where you might have changes. You are already settled by having Quantum 4.0. So a new way of clearing starts with Quantum 4.0. That's it from my side.
Thank you, Katrin. Thank you for your presentation. Our next speaker is Mr. Laxmikant Rathi. He's a textile graduate with more than 25 years of experience in textile machinery and accessories business. He started his career with Century Enca and later moved to become the business head of ATE Enterprises Private Limited. He's currently associated with Ideal Group of Companies as the president for sales and marketing. Over to you, Mr. Rathi. Mr. Rathi, we cannot hear you. Mr. Rathi? Mr. Rathi, we cannot hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
I don't know, something, yeah. Okay, so I don't know whether, should I start from the beginning?
Mr. Rathi. Yes, Mr. Rathi, could you please start from the beginning, please?
Okay, I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, you are.
Great. Okay. So once again, thank you so much, Ganesh, for the introduction, and Katrin for a nice opening session. As we can see that Uster is ready for checking the yarn quality. So we have to also produce a good quality of yarn. Ganesh, next slide, please. Great. So a small introduction about Ideal. We are into manufacturing of this critical components for the spinning industry. The pictures I hope are very clear. So we are touching all the components which are very critical as far as the quality of the yarn is concerned. And we'll see in today's presentation how these components are directly affecting our performance of the machine, whether it's efficiency or the quality of yarn. Next slide, please. One of the major advantage for us why we are talking about the innovation is we have our own in-house government approved R&D center and the complete tool room. So we are able to take different type of trials on whether it's a polymers, whether it is a type of different type of spindles or different type of machines. Next slide, please. Although we have too many things to discuss, but today's presentation I'll be focusing on two products. That is, one is spinning tubes, the new generation spinning tubes, and the premium series bobbin holders. And we'll see how they impact the quality. As you can see, we use various type of raw material depending on the machine and the material what you are going to process it. And we are the organization where we are transparent with all our customers. We give what material we are going to use instead of using some jargons. And that's basically possible, again, due to our good R&D on the polymer science. Next, please. So in today, if you look at the new concept of slim tubes called SCC, when we started manufacturing, about 4 years before we started manufacturing these tubes, which has a tube wall thickness of approximately 1.6 to 1.8 millimeter. And from the picture, it's very clear that the weight of the tube is reduced by around 35 to 40%. When we are reducing the weight, definitely you have to take care of the polymer, and fortunately there are very, very good quality polymers available. So we are ensuring that the basic characteristics required, like strength as well as the frictional properties, are maintained or they are not compromised. And we are also conscious about the life expectancy, where we are not compromising on the overall life of the bobbins also. Next slide, please. When we are reducing the wall thickness, definitely there is additional space available, and that's where we are able to have minimum 15%, sometimes 18%, sometimes 20%, depending on where we are comparing with. But about on an average 15% yarn content on the cuff is easily achievable or achieved. And I think this is a very substantial amount. Let us see how it impacts the yarn quality and the efficiency. Next slide, please. So the first most important thing on the quantity side, I'll say that when we are talking about reduction of 35% weight, so it comes to be approximately 30 kilo of weight, which is reduced on a spinning machine of around 1824 spindles. That means a mass, 30 kilo of mass, which was continuously rotating maybe at 22,000, 23,000 RPM. So definitely it consumes a lot of power, and which we are able to save that amount. Practically with now, by this time, we have hundreds of trials being conducted, and it's well proven that anything between 3 to 5%, depending on the yarn count, is a direct saving as far as power is concerned. When we have the higher cop content, naturally, again, your ring frame efficiency, number of dots are reducing, so the ring frame efficiency will go up. But the most important advantage here is because of the higher cop content, the efficiency at the winding machine is significantly increased. Our experience is about 4, maybe sometimes 5% is an efficiency gain at the winding machine because of the higher cop content. It's a very simple calculation. I don't think there's a rocket science into it. But because of the higher efficiency now, a continuous yarn is produced, so number of splicing required is less. We have been in many of the projects, we have been able to reduce 1 or sometimes 2 winding drums on a link winding machine because of the high cop content. So that's a substantial gain for our spinners, particularly. We are able to reduce the initial investment. We are able to reduce the overall maintenance of those additional drums. And at the same time, because the number of slicing or the number of cop changes are reduced, so the yarn quality is also getting improved. So this is very, very important benefit. Apart from that, because less number of cop changes, so definitely hard waste also is reduced. So this is one product I think is now very well accepted in the market, well proven in the market. Next slide, please. Before I get into, because I don't know how much time we'll be getting for question answer, so I know certain questions which comes, whether this type of tubes are approved by OEMs. So my answer to this is yes and no. Some of the OEMs are very open and they said yes, as long as it satisfied certain parameters like pull load and gauge, absolutely no problem. So these are approved. But certain OEMs, they have certain reservation or they have their own drawings to recommend. But by and large, I can see that on all the machines, on all the new projects, I mean, most majority of the new projects, now the customers are going with it because the benefits are very, very high. And we always call it as the risk hai to ishq hai. So definitely we have to take certain risks also at time. Then another question is whether it's suitable for manual doffing machines, because we have a lot of machines still working with without auto doffing. So again, yes, these are very well suitable. And in fact, I can give you some of the examples in one of the big group in south of India. Just during this pandemic time, we have supplied about 1.5 million tubes, and most of them, the machines, because they are into very super fine counts and all, so they are with manual doffing. And this is that because of that, the dependency on the manpower has reduced because of the higher cop content, the load on the manpower, which is now a very, very important factor. Rather it's scarcity nowadays. So yeah, it is suitable for manual doffing. It also can be used for where it's on a tube loader, provided I think the old type of, we have to avoid it on the old type of piston type of tube loader. And of course on winding machine, I think winding machine is the most happy machine when they get this type of cops. Next slide, please. With these bobbins, I have to say one more thing on the bobbin, that we are further coming up with even lighter. In fact, now we are going to the newer raw material where we will be using carbon, and the weight will be further reduced and the benefits will go up. So with this, now we come to our new series of bobbin holder that we call it as premium bobbin holders. Why? It's because the application of bobbin holder has gone up significantly over a few years. Earlier, it was only for holding the bobbins on the machine, but now they are also, they plays very important role as far as your transportation system is concerned. Most of the machines are with automatic rowing bobbin transport system. And the entire efficiency, whether it's the exchanging of the bobbin holder from rowing frame to the system or transportation to ring frame, a lot depends on the quality of bobbin holders we are using it. There are challenges also because earlier it used to be stationary on the machine. So it was quite easy. We have to only take care of the rotational mechanism or the stationary mechanism. But because it's it's moving, it has a different axial movement as well as lateral movement. So the strain point of view also we have thought about it and we have improved a lot on it. So let's see next slide what we have done in the new premium bobbin holder. Number one, yeah, we have a single piece body and we have completely dust-proof self-lubricating bearing. This is most important to ensure that there is no stretch coming to while the unwinding of the roving. Then the reliability as far as your opening and closing of the arms are very important. So we have incorporated a modified ratchet mechanism. It's very simple, very easy to operate. The body, as I said, that we need to also add a lot to the strength because of the axial forces coming in. So the body is now modified from a conventional ABS or polypropylene to polycarbonate body, which is very, very, very strong. And yeah, that gives us a robust design of it. Next, please. One important thing in bobbin holder, we strongly recommend that we do go ahead with is a pre-calibrated brake force. Depending on the count range, we are able to manage very effectively the brake force so that it's practically not possible to change the brake force by just climbing it on the rail and other things. So we are giving a pre-calibrated brake force and that takes care of the entire count range. And another very, very important is we have double suspension bobbin, especially for the bobbin transport system. I'll talk a little bit more in the next slide. And yeah, and then the perfect resting position. Now, in case of transport mechanism, when we are using this bobbin holder only for the transport system, so I need to control the oscillation. If in case of bobbin holder, if the oscillation it's moving freely, then the chances that the bobbin, adjacent bobbin, they collide with each other and many times it leads to the bobbin falling. Whereas in this, for the transport mechanism, we have a mechanism where you can see that bobbin comes back to the normal position very easily. So it actually restricts the oscillation or the pre-movement or pendulum movement of the bobbins. And we are able to reduce a lot of accidents, bobbin falling or bobbin damage, or even damage to your expensive yarn is concerned. Number two is a mechanism. I was talking to you about double suspension. What is this double suspension? Because, you know, again, whether it's a roving bobbin exchanger, in case of roving bobbin exchanger, there is a upward forces. And sometimes if the alignment is not good or the pressure is not maintained, then it can exert a heavy pressure upward and that can lead to the damage on the internal mechanism. And once the internal mechanism is damaged, so definitely for sure our bobbins are going to fall. That might lead to an accident. That might lead to, of course, that will lead to the damage to your yarn and other thing. So we have to avoid that. We have to avoid, and for that, this double suspension mechanism, it really comes to as a rescue. So it actually support or safeguard or ensure your internal mechanism of opening and closing of the legs are concerned. So this is a very, very special development which is coming from entire R&D of at Ideal. And we are very, very happy with the initial results, whatever we are getting it. So that's all at this moment. I hope I'm in time. Yeah. I'm open for any questions or discussions, if anything, or maybe we can do it after the end of the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Rathi. Thank you so much for the presentation. We would like to move to the next speaker right now. Our next speaker is Mr. Soundararajan from Pinter Fanny. He has nearly 4 decades of experience in the spinning industry, started his career in Super Sales, moved to Rajshri Group as a technical manager, then later to Indorama Synthetics in 1996. And now he's currently associated with the Sprinter Group for the last 14 years. In 2012, Pinter Fanny Asia was started in Coimbatore under his able leadership, and he's currently the managing director of the company. Let me, the mic is all yours, Mr. Soundararajan.
Yeah, very good afternoon to you all. Hope I'm audible, Ganesh.
Yes, you are audible, sir.
But I have some disturbed internet connection today. We thank Textile Magazine for organizing this webinar, and the topic given to me is smart solutions for efficient spinning to achieve operational excellence. Of course, this is a very vast subject. The time what was given was very less. So maybe in detail, if you want to go, we can have it in another webinar. So next slide, please. So currently, what are all the challenges faced by a spinning mill? So in very brief way, we say productivity, utilization, performance, efficiency improvement, resource utilization, and high power cost, energy conservation, technology upgradation, and of course, modernization and value addition. So when I say productivity is the major factor affecting directly on yarn cost. And in general, mills follow GPSs and they never focus on the productivity. So the resource utilization must be higher. When I say resource utilization, it is both raw material and as well as the manpower. The second one is the utilization. There are various factors involved in lower utilization of spinning process. These include more downtime due to labor shortage, adverse working performance, breakdowns of machinery, substandard quality, and of course, post-COVID-19, or I can say the current due to the second wave, many mills are yet to achieve beyond 90% of utilization, mainly due to labor shortage. Then the third one is the efficiency improvement. So how to improve your efficiency? By upgradation of the technology, the automation, and increasing the skill and competence of operators on machine operations and functions. The next one is the resource utilization. As I said, to improve the yarn realization, so maybe you have to select a better cotton, better raw material to have a best yarn realization with less waste percentage, and also then improve human productivity, engaging less number of operators by imparting automation in the process. Then the fifth point is the higher power cost, or you can have energy conservation. 15 to 20% of yarn cost is contributed by energy. So this is mainly due to second generation motors, rewound motors, motors with improper ventilations, which consumes more than 25% excess energy. And other important point is mill lose heavily on the air leakages in their preparatory machines, in their spinning machines, in the auto corners. Against the norms of 3.5% of total power consumption, few mills consume power of compressors up to 6.5%. So on an average, majority of the mills consume 4.5 to 5.5%. So these are all the studies done by Citra and given to us. So then the sixth one is the technology upgradation or the modernization. So to technology upgradation thing is, first you have to go for an auto doffing system where you can directly save manpower. Then improved clearance in autoconus, like how Ms. Katrin Hofer was telling about regarding the Quantum 4. So, and in preparatory, the production monitoring system, and in ring spinning, again, in individual spindle monitoring system to improve the performance of the machine, and to go into the micro level of the spinning, and which gives more analytical tool to study to improve your performance. And also it reduces the manpower. And the last one is the roving stop motion, which reduces directly pneumophile waste in the ring spinning. And also it suppresses the pneumophile waste, wherein it also improves the quality, because you are not going to recycle your pneumophile waste. The last one, the value addition. So when I say value addition, in the recent cost operational performance and yarn quality index study by the CITRA, between the CITRA member mills, they have clearly said that the higher the contribution per spindle per year is achieved only by the mills with diversified products and value addition. So both knits and woven markets demand value-added yarns, either for performance or for fashion. So these are all the 7 key factors you have to approach and improve your mill efficiency. The next slide, please. So here I have shown you the CITRA CPQ trends. So the all mill average of all the mills, member mills average contribution per spindle per year is 3,510 rupees, whereas top 20 mills is 8,960 and the best mill is 11,540. So you can yourself see the difference where average mill stands and where the best mill performs. So this is the reason why we inform the customers, we inform all the spinners, either they have to go for a value addition or they have to go for the monitoring systems and roving stops to improve their performance. Next slide, please. So as a Pinter group, where we are the world leaders in these technology to provide solutions so that the customers can achieve their operational excellence through its either value addition systems or by going to implementing production monitoring system in their preparatory machines and monitoring systems in their spinning machines, knitting, and in their weaving. Next slide, please. So when I say what Pinter can provide for the value additions, see, we have 2 different categories of value addition. One is fancy yarn and another one is the coarse spun yarn. Of course, fancy yarn, you can use it for both knits and woven, and the coarse spun yarns predominantly it goes for weaving fabrics. So when I say fancy yarn, we have slabs, multi-slabs, so multi-count, multi-twist, short slabs, injection slabs, Syro yarns, Variosyra yarns, and the mosaic yarns. So, and the fancy tops, it's a drop frame where you can inject color slivers. So you can have a very long effects on the fabrics, especially it is used in warp knitting. So, and also the sub-tester. So these are all the fancy yarn with regard to the fancy yarn. When I come to core yarn, yes, you have lycra yarn, the lycra core spun yarn. Then you have hard filament, hard core yarn. Then we have semi-hard with the polyamide core. And we have T400 core yarn, which predominantly goes for the denim fabrics. The same, even dual core, where you both have lycra and the T400 in the same core, and the tricore, 2 filaments with the lycra in the same core. So these are all the very, very brief attachments where by using this, customers can value add their product. But of course, we can go much in elaborate. If any of the customers who are here attending today are interested, we can even do a customized presentation to them to further go in detail with these products. Next slide, please. And next comes the monitoring system. So why a customer needs a monitoring system? So it is the process optimization tool by which you can monitor your mill in a very, very micro level in 7 into 24, 365 days. So this is a very efficient tool. So direct thing is you have a power saving is there, then direct manpower savings are there, and efficiency improvement you can achieve by implementing this system. Next slide, please. So this is why we call it as a smart manufacturing, because this is defined as the digital transformation of manufacturing through third platform technologies such as IoT and cloud data, sensors with artificial intelligence and robotics. So once we implement this, definitely we are in the line of Industrial 4.0. The next slide, please. Next slide, please. So we generally call this as an FE mill monitoring system. So what is FE mill monitoring system? Is efficient mill monitoring system, right from preparatory until the even in the. So we have two different things. One is hardware and the software. We have hardware for preparatory machines, ring frames, twisting machines, warping machines, looms, and knitting machines. And we have various software modules. According to the customer's requirement, we can also implement this. The basic is the spinning, where you have all the production models, and the production model system for weaving. Then we have the maintenance module. Then we have the planning module. Then we have the Q lab, where you can connect your lab to our software in an offline mode, so that for in a single sheet, you can see what is the productivity and also the quality. Then the connect, this is what we call as a global connect, where suppose we have mills in different locations in geographical locations, and you want to connect all the mills to a single location in your head office. Yes, through this is possible, where you can analyze. Suppose you have a 30 hosiery running in different units of your group. So you can analyze the same yarn, how it is performing in different units in a single dashboard. So this is what is the global connect. And of course is the production monitoring for also knitting. Next slide, please. Yeah. In general, in spinning, we follow only the end breaks per 100 spindle hour. And this end breaks varies from 2 to 16 or plus based on the spinning mill's working conditions. And the operators cover maximum 2 or 3 frames and also for the analysis by the quality team. So when the breakages increases, of course, the Dimafil waste increases. I have a very bad net connection, so I switched off my webcam. Then production per spindle reduced, so the increases the waste, it increases the fatigue of the operator, and there are multiple breaks causing quality rejections, and lean cops and cop rejection at autoconer affects overall spindle point production. So to manage the shop floor, it becomes very, very difficult, and it affects the employee morale. Next slide, please. So with the monitoring system, we give a solution for the operators where they can go for an efficient patrolling. We call this as a guided patrolling system. In a very conventional way, the standard patrolling is the operator looking for breaks and walking from one end to the other end of the machine, and again changing her direction in the alley for the next machine, and again walking back to the headstock. So this is the standard patrolling which we have shown in the left side. So here, normally an operator generally walks at 2 to 3 kilometers per hour speed when she is searching for something. This is the scientific study what we have conducted with various trials conducted in different mills. Then with the guided patrolling, where you have lights in the individual spindles and also in the individual sections, and also at the end of the alley in the each side of the ring frames. So in this side of the ring frames, you have different colors of indication, which indicates how many breaks are happening in that particular alley or on that particular side. So with this color of indication, now operator can prioritize which side she has to engage herself for piecing the yarn. And once she enters inside the alley, she will definitely know at which position the yarn has broken, because there will be light indicating here. And also the light, it also indicates whether it is a mechanical issue or it is a normal breakage. So based on that, operator can walk faster. So normally an operator walks, a human being walks faster than a normal walk when they try to have a target to achieve. So based on this, this has been done. So she approaches faster to that particular position and she pieces. So then she can go for the next position. So this is why we call it as a guided patrolling. And she need not travel from one end to the other end. Now the machines are becoming longer and longer, even 2000 spindles. So one operator, only if there is a necessity, she can walk into the alley to the end of the machine. Next slide, please. So this is about the piecing. What I have told you about this operator piecing the yarn. Now, what happens when a break happens? So, and if it's not mended, two things happen. Either it is getting lapped and it damages cords and aprons, or it goes to the pneumophil waste. The third one, it creates multiple breaks, so more breaks are happening in the machine. So the solution for this is you have to go for a roving stop motion. So with the roving stop motion, once the break is detected by the monitoring system in the individual spindle sensor, so immediately within 2 seconds, it activates the roving stop. So once the roving stop is activated, then the yarn, the entry point of the apron, the roving is cut, and only the remaining portion of the yarn goes to waste. So once the operator comes, she has to disengage the roving stop, and the roving starts following the apron, and it comes in the front. By the time the operator puts the yarn in the traveler, the roving is ready for piecing. So by this, definitely mills can achieve lesser pneumophil waste and a better quality, and they did not do remixing of the waste again in the spinning, which increases the conversion cost. Next slide, please. I have just shown you the latest generation of our optical sensor, which already we have sold close to 1 million spindles within this 2 years all over the world. And also in the right side, we have shown you the roving stop for a Reater or a Lakshmi machine. Can I have the next slide, please? And also our system has several capabilities. Actually, we have M speed. So M speed is nothing but based on the breakage level, you can increase the speed of the ring frame, spindle speed, automatically. You can set it in the ring frame. So right now we have arrangements with Saurars in Zinser ring frames and as well as in Lakshmi, where both can be done. And also you can also have this M fan control. So based on the breakage level, you can reduce the fan speed or increase the fan speed. So by which you can achieve a better, lesser power consumption in the ring frames. Then we also have M climate, where you have a continuous monitoring of temperature and humidity for the entire period. So you can have a clear study. Suppose if there is a breakages happening, whether it is due to the temperature issue or whether it is with the performanceal issue. Next slide, please. So, and we also have this new software, we called it as a Smart Dragon software. It's giving an overview of this. So this is very modular software and it can be run on web cloud, and it's very user friendly and real and auto collected data, and it connects with the ERP software as I informed earlier. And we do also have iOS and Android apps. And also we have bike, e-bike. Suppose if a mill is having an electric bike, they can have a dashboard, and in this dashboard we can have an app. And also we recently implemented a new app called Smart View, where a managing director or the decision makers sitting from their table, they can view the plant. We completely simulate the entire ring frame department in their TV or a screen, so that they know what is happening time to time in the factory. Next slide, please. So in the software, we analyze the performance of the machine, performance of the mill in 4 different categories. One is based on the machines, machine by machine, how it is performing, or you can have the analysis by the operators, or the batches, or with the articles. So these are the 4 key factors. Accordingly, you can get the reports, analytical, all the analytical reports, everything according based on this in detail to have a decision on the analysis. Next slide, please. So as I told you, it is a multi-tier information system which provides exhaustive information for different levels, for shop floor people, for maintenance people, for the managers, and also to the top management people. And it is dynamic and user-friendly software, and you can integrate into the ERP system, and it also gives production and alert messages through email and mobile app. And it supports multiple languages. In India, we can also have in Hindi or in Gujarati or in Tamil. So, and we also have automatic data backup, which eliminates the risk of data loss. Next slide, please. Yeah. So, and as I told you, this is a web-based application, and can be accessed from any computer through internet or with any browser. And simultaneously, any number of users can access to this. And wireless data transmission between machines and access points to reduce wiring complexity and maintenance also is possible. So see, each and every subject what I am talking needs more time in elaborate. So if any of the people who are attending here want to have in detail about each topics, we are ready to give in person about this. Thank you, Ganesh. So over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Soundararajan, for your presentation. And we come to the last speaker for today's webinar session. Our next speaker is Mr. Gaurav Parmar from RIMTEX Group. RIMTEX Group is a global leader in sliver handling technology and supplies its product to spinning to countries, more than 57 countries. The group has made rapid strides in spinning rings and ring traveler segment as well. And we have with us Gaurav Parmar today, who's the director of RIMTEX Industries. He leads the international business development and innovation management for all the 6 group companies. And RIMTEX also, I'm quite proud to say that RIMTEX holds the distinction of being the largest manufacturer of spinning cans in the world. And off to you, Gaurav. Gaurav, can you hear me? Gaurav, can you hear me? Gaurav, I cannot hear you. Gaurav, I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me, Ganesh?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Sorry.
Yes, please. Please continue.
Okay. Thank you for the introduction, and good afternoon to everyone attending the session. Let me share my screen. I hope everyone can see the screen. Ganesh?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can see the screen, Gaurav.
Okay, lovely. Okay, so today's topic is Safe with RIMTEX, innovation in sliver management and spinning accessories that aid spinners adapt to a changing world scenario. RIMTEX historically has been bringing importance of sliver handling in spinning. And from time to time, we put our efforts in research and brought about different types of sliver handling, meaning sliver cans for different types of fiber and with the changing scenario of the spinning globally. Leading the transformations and what has been RIMTEX approach to innovation. So it's been since 3 decades now RIMTEX is operating, and we believe that to bring about some change, we need to see in the market what is going on and see what challenges customers are facing, what challenges spinners are facing. Just taking all challenges, we work on it. For example, we've introduced in 2015, we introduced a model called UCC, Utility Combination Can, which is a pattern design. Since a few years, the trend has been quick orders to spinners, fast deliveries for spinners, and changing the counts and the spinning pattern. At the same time, nobody likes to change the cans. But if you don't change the cans, the quality of sliver will deteriorate in terms of the properties of CV percent Uster value. So we came up with a solution that one can spin about 3 different fibers, 3 different slivers. So that was one challenge that we had, and we came out with an excellent design of the can UCC. Another thing is creating a technological solution that enhances the controls of entire industry. So how do we enhance what is there in the market? So that was also something to be seen. In 2005 or 6, we introduced a pattern design model, again called ASH, Assured Sliver Handling, wherein we believe to keep the maximum parameters of slivers intact. When a machine, when a carding or a draw frame produces a sliver with properties of Uster percent, CV percent, classimate folds, our main target is to maintain those properties. And ASH design, the pattern design, helped us in maintaining to the maximum level. So that was enhancing what was available. And then we believe in improving quality of the end product, which in our case is the sliver and the yarn. So if I go to the other product line that we do is spinning rings and travelers under the name of the X-axis, wherein we work on 3 parameters, which is output, consistency, and longevity, which is the most important output that you get per spindle with consistency and for a longer life. So that's on 3 parameters that we work, and we give that to the spinners that they get benefit out of. Yes, we are seeing this since 2 years to adapt to a new production paradigms and to meet the evolving needs of the global markets. So these all, we are working on all the parameters, the 4 parameters, and that's how we are giving back. That's what led to us as Safe with RIMTEX, that the post-COVID that we came across. We keep updated with the global markets, and we sense this in the end of 2019 that something is changing, and we need to also come up with the solutions that would help spinners. So that's what our 4 factors and 4 principles we started working on: smart working, augmented solutions, flexible production, and empathy-driven process. So all our products, all our designs are based on all our principles: working, marketing, after sales. Is all dependent on the 4 principles that we work. For example, smart working. We've come up with a solution that you would see in the further slides, which are recent developments, that how with a quick change in the spinning mill, the working can become efficient. Augmented solutions, meaning how customers, spinners can change just the spinning cans or just the design of the spinning cans without changing anything and achieve better productivity. Flexible production, again, the same thing. Empathy-driven process. So these all factors play a very important role in today's time. Examples of product innovations I would like to give, recent product innovations that are applied successfully in global spinning mills at the moment. So first I would like to talk about is our new concept that has been introduced is Sumo. Again, it's a patent applied design. Now the trend has been about going large and big, especially in sliver handling. So from 1,000, earlier it was 1,000 diameter by 1200 mm height. Then it came about 1500 mm height. Then came 1200 millimeter diameter. And now 1200 by 1200. And again, somewhere 1200 by 1500 is being talked about. So these But with our deep R&D, we came up with a solution that increases the inside space of the can by 10%. So this is big. Just increasing 10% space in the can, meaning from about 8,000, 9,000 meters of sliver, you can go about 1,000 meters more in the same can. So that implies is less movement of the cans, less changing of the cans, more space available in the mill, and with all this, less splices in the slide. And the benefits are unimaginable with just a small change. Keeping the machine same, you can just change the cans and get more productivity. There are detailed calculations that we've done extensive research on this. If somebody is interested, please let us know and we'll be happy to share with you. We'll be happy to have a one-to-one discussion with you on this Sumo cans. There is no discussion about sliver quality. Here, it's just about bettering the productivity, increasing the profitability. With the same machines, with the same infrastructure, just change the can. As I said, it's about gain, reduce docking cycle gain. So Sumo is all about increasing production and getting better profitability, reducing the manpower, reducing the number of cans in the mill, increasing the space. Now we go to another innovation that we've done is in the sliver can is RIMTEX Duo. This is our, again, a patent design applied model and completely different concept here. Mainly, we came across a lot of issues with the static charge. And the solution, as it is a plastic, the solution was kind of not available in the market. And we had to really come up with this concept of special interlock layer technology. So the design of the can is such that it completely eliminates the static charge. And with that, there's a whole lot of benefits, especially in man-made fiber. and where the spinning is very superfine counts and combed sliver. So here a high amount of sliver migration is reduced, as well as the quality of the sliver improves drastically with reduction of heaviness in the sliver. And this has been a super accepted technology across the globe, especially in the man-made fibers. With this model, it's a twin layer technology, and which enhances and increases the life of the can by increasing the strength of the body of the can. So as I said, each and every model that we've introduced has a reason behind it, and we've studied a lot. So if somebody says today one can or a can is enough, why do you need different cans? But yes, if you have different sliver, different machines, different speeds, different type of blends, definitely need different type of sliver handling. If you want to be ahead in the market, if you are a very quality conscious spinner, then definitely is required. So now we move, I just introduced quickly to our another product line, which is spinning rings and travelers. Would give you a quick introduction, and any of the products that are being you are interested more, please write to us and write to me. We will be happy to take ahead in individual discussions. So this is our Optimex series of rings and travelers. We have wide range of rings and travelers. We are making one of the largest different types and sizes of rings as well as travelers. And all type of fitments with all OEMs, it is compatible. So here, the main design of these rings and the traveler is it reduces the friction because of the better contact area, optimized contact area. And then definitely there are a whole lot of advantages to it, especially in the new age fibers that are being spun, like Lycra or all man-made fibers, acrylic or the new modal or these type of fibers that are coming up. And it increases the life of the ring and traveler, increases the speed, as well as there are optimum consumption, improved production, again better profitability. So these are a lot of advantages in this design of the rings and travelers. And apart from Optimex, we have different rings also running up to, if the machines are capable to run at 25,000 RPM, we have rings that can run to that. So please let us know, and we'll be happy to introduce you all the types of different models that we have. Lastly, I would like to give a quick introduction to our futuristic technology that we have already introduced, and it's running. It's being widely tested across India in different segments in spinning mills and also abroad. And it's basically a spinning mill 4.0 is reality in real terms when the preparation is connected. So that's what we believe, that all the machines, all the systems are becoming intelligent. But what about sliver management and what about can management? It had to become, there was a need, and it's been 3 to 4 years we've been working on the system, and we are proud to say that we have broken through now, and it's there in the market. So please let us know, and we'll be happy to give you more details on that. And when you want to trace back, when you want to find out the fault in the sliver, there's a lot you can do with the system, and it's a very flexible and intelligent system to manage sliver and to manage cans. I look forward to hear from you all, and I would like to wish you all healthy and stay safe. Take care of yourself, and we all will go through this pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parmar. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
And I think we have time for one question. We are getting a lot of questions from a lot of audience, but let's take one question per presenter. Can we start with Uster? Katrin, can we and where can it be used? That's one question. And the second question is, what duo model is useful in combing process? How is duo model useful in combing process? These are the two questions for you.
Okay, may I know from whom it is?
It's for you, Mr. Parmar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can give you the details later after the webinar is over.
Okay. So basically, Sumo, the dimensions are same externally, as I said. Mainly it is for the larger cans, meaning starting from 800 millimeter to 1200 millimeter diameter can. And the height could be any that you are using, and there is no change in the external dimensions. So you can change your existing cans and by use Sumo. Second question was Duo, how it is useful in combing. Definitely comb sliver is very sensitive after being combed, and there are chances of, I mean, if there is a static charge being generated in the can with the external body, then there is a tendency that there would be hairiness formed in the sliver as well. So that's how it eliminates the creation of hairiness and eliminates the fiber migration resulting due to the static charge. I hope I answered both the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Parmar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Now let's move to Katrin. Katrin, can we have you, please? Hello, Katrin. We have a couple of questions for you. The first question is, we need points for better accuracy in testing slub yarn by mass diaphragm of UT5 without fancy yarn testing attachment. Did you get it?
Yeah, but it is more on the laboratory side. Yeah? So if I understand the fancy yarn on the Uster Tester 6, what we provide. But in the yarn clearers, also for Quantum 4, we have the detection with the yarn body of the slub yarns, of course, already integrated. In addition, there are also additional settings. And it is not about detecting the slub yarn. It is more clearing around the slub yarn in the yarn clearer that that you do not cut out the slubs, of course.
Okay. The next question to you, Katrin, is what's the difference between Uster Quantum 3 and Uster Quantum 4?
Actually, what you have seen in the presentation also. So there is the clearers as well as the CCU is new, and it comes together as a package with the Quantum Expert, with the computer software. I mean, the name says it already. Quantum 4.0 is the connected yarn clearer. And of course, we have all this new functionality integrated as a standard about the Smart Duo technology, where we have the combinations of capacitive and optical.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Katrin. Thank you so much. My next question is to Mr. Rathi. Mr. Rathi, can we have you?
Yes. Yes, Ganesh.
Mr. Rathi, there is one question. Yeah. Is there energy savings tube available for long ring frames, which is LR9AX? And what would be the savings?
Definitely, the answer is yes. These are available for long ring frames, like as I said, 1800 spindles, or even we have one customer which is they have almost 2000 spindle machine. So length absolutely is not at all a criteria or a limiting factor. In fact, it's working at many places. This energy savings bobbin is working at many places. And what was the next question, Ganesh? Can you repeat?
What is the impact of bobbin weight in ring frame power consumption?
Yeah, as I said, there are different stories or theories which happens. What we have done extensive studies where we have compared keeping everything same. We did trials like without changing the COP content, and we only change the bobbin, and we did the power studies, and our experience has been for typically a count range of 30s carded or combed. The power saving was in the tune of approximately 3.5 to 3.7%. The coarser we go, the benefits are slightly more. And also there is one more very important factor to be remembered. Higher the speed, the more is the gain. And that gain is exponential. So for example, if our machines are working at less than 17,000 RPM, so I will say that, okay, you will get an advantage of higher COP content, but may not be a big advantage in power saving. But the moment you move ahead with 18,000 to 20,000 and then 21, 22, the power saving goes as high as 5% of the total machine. And to me, it's quite significant. I also would like to say that we had certain customers and they says that just because of the power saving, the payback period was maybe less than 6 months. So that's the benefit of having these energy saving tubes. And getting that confidence and the success across, we are also, as I said, we are also going towards further fine tuning, and we are going to introduce even slimmer tubes compared to that, and that will give even additional benefits.
Thank you, Mr. Rathi. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I have a couple of questions for Mr. Soundararajan as well. Mr. Soundararajan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ganesh.
Yes. The first question is, in Pinter Kaipo, in certain counts and patterns of slab, they face high weft breaks at air jet looms, even with increased ramp settings. What is your reply for that? And the second question is, can we use Pinter technology for complicated fibers like hemp and bamboo?
Yeah. For the first question regarding the slab ramps, see, the main factors influencing the slab ramps, maybe the ramp has to be in corresponding to the slab diameter. Even improper ramp settings also will lead to more breakages. The second one is the twist. So they have to also have to check what twist levels they are spinning the yarn. So these are the major two factors which influence more breakages. And for the second question, can you repeat the second question? You mean to say, can we use core yarn for bamboo and hemp fibers?
Yes.
Yes, we can use it. There are some customers using for bamboo yarns, coarse spun yarn, and especially, see, the coarse spun yarn, especially 99% it goes for only weaving sector, either for bottom weights or for the shirtings or very fine inner garments. So you can use it.
Thank you, Mr. Soundararajan. Thank you so much. Right now we come to the end of the presentations, end of the webinar. I thank everyone. I think there's a bit of a voice lag in Mr. Soundararajan's speech. Sorry about that. And okay, let's end this presentation now. I thank everyone for attending today's webinar. I thank all our speakers, Ms. Katrin Hofer of Uster, Mr. Laxmikant Rathi of Ideal, Mr. Soundararajan of Pinter, and Mr. Gaurav Parmar of RIMTEX for taking their valuable time and being part of this webinar for the betterment of the spinning industry. Very soon, we'll be announcing our next webinar session. So until then, I request all our audience to stay safe and stay healthy. This is Ganesh Kalidasan signing off. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.